Okay, so there's a million Super Cub videos on YouTube, but I found them to be incredibly helpful when I got started, so I thought I would share a video of mine and some of the mods that I found to be really helpful, and maybe a couple tips as well, and that might be helping out if you've got a new Super Cub. This Super Cub is the LP. It's the RTF, so it came with the DX4E remote. I like it a lot. I fly helicopters. I'm not an airplane guy, but my wife bought this for me for Christmas just to kind of mix things up, and I got to tell you, I really have enjoyed it. I've got the float kit for it, and I'm getting better with the landing on parking lots and everything, and I'll be putting the floats on here later in the summer. But one thing I've noticed is that all the controls are on the tail of this plane. So when you're flying, you're just kind of steering with your tail controls going, up and down and left and right. Well, that's not how a real airplane flies, and it's a little hard to control, specifically on the landing. It doesn't look as realistic in the air, the way it's moving around. So I, after doing some research, found a kit, and I'll put a link down below the video to eBay, where there's somebody who has actually selling a kit that it gives you all the components you need for this plane to add the aileron controls up here. And so I did that, and I'll show you how I did that. Before I do, I'll point out one or two other modifications to this particular plane that I strongly suggest. First of all, I haven't done this one, but your wingtips are going to take some damage, especially if you're a new pilot. You can see mine are a little chewed up here, and I'm an experienced RC person with helicopters, but still I understand the physics, flight dynamics, and things of that nature. You're going to crash this plane. In fact, I can tell you this plane has been in trees. I flew into a light pole. It's taken a beating, and it still looks great. The only thing I've done, I replaced the prop, which the old prop did work just fine, but it was getting a little chewed up from hitting the pavement. The other thing that I've done, this is a real common thing you'll see, I taped the underside of the cowling there. That's just electrical tape, because it got cracked up quite a bit as I came in and nosed in on a couple landings. Other modifications I highly suggest, and you'll see this one in YouTube videos online, but if you look right back here, I have got it's a popsicle stick that I cut down to be the shape of where the wing hits the fuselage there. And what that does is if you do hit the wing on landing or whatever, it tends to compress this foam on the fuselage and misshape it, so your wing won't be straight, and it won't fit tight anymore. And so just putting a popsicle stick there, I just use a Dremel tool and kind of cut it down to shape. You can even see my ink marks where I use a Sharpie to kind of mark it. But that little modification, big help, and I see that really going a long way down the road. The other thing, just to show you one of the modifications on this plane down here, a lot of fun, highly recommend. I've got some nephews that are very young, and this little guy on the bottom is a payload carrier, so you can strap on like a paratrooper or some little bombs with streamers and drop them while you're flying around. This is one of the reasons for some of my accidents. The kids get all excited and start yelling, "Hey, drop the bomb," that kind of thing, and it takes your focus off the plane sometimes, and you fly into trees. So at any rate, you want to be real careful with it, but it's all set up for it. You can see the plug in the bottom of the fuselage if that's in focus. It goes right into the control unit, and it works really, really well. Over here, while I got the plane up, you can see all my aileron controls. These did come in that kit. Again, I'll put a link down below. I thought the instructions on the eBay site were very good. The only thing that I would do different, and I'll show you this on the top, and I saw this in a couple of eBay videos talking about how to add ailerons to the plane. The control unit already supports the ailerons, but in the video and the instructions for this kit, it said to cut your ailerons 1 inch deep, which is what I did here. That's about 1 inch right there. And we'll see. I haven't flown the plane yet. I'm going to take it out tomorrow, and maybe I'll post that video. But all the other videos that I've seen, they do two things. The other thing, these ailerons are 11 inches long, and a lot of the videos are going 12 inches long, and they're going 1 3/4 inches deep, so almost twice as much. I still suspect, because this plane just floats like a kite, that this will be enough control just to make the plane move, and I should be doing barrel rolls and everything just fine, which I'm kind of looking forward to. But anyway, that's the modifications that I've made. The only other thing that I can show you is if I flip the plane over. Let's see if I can get a handle on it. I know I'm losing focus of the plane. I'll put him down here. There's a mod online, I found this to be invaluable, that tells you how to upgrade your battery. And what that means is go from a small battery that fits in this compartment to cutting out the top of the battery compartment, so your battery actually slides in like that. It gives you a lot more power, and now I can fly as long as I want to. And really, I haven't checked the timing, but I get quite a bit of flight time out of this plane with that battery upgrade. But anyway, that's my Super Cub, upside down right now, but that's how it works in the modifications I've done. Oh, one last thing. These wheel skirts are a little bit long out of the box, and what happens is when you land, these wires kind of compress, and that wheel skirt digs into your wheel, makes it stop, and you'll nosedive. So I've trimmed mine back a little bit, but I recommend taking off as much as you can right there, just so that it doesn't spring into your wheel and cause you to nose down and break your prop or the cowling on the front of the plane. But that's my plane. I hope that's helpful to anybody that's new. I know these videos, again, really help me, so if I can help somebody else and have them enjoy the flight of this fantastic little plane, I really enjoyed it. I hope you have fun too. Thanks so much. That's my plane.